Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Mad Hatter logging back in. As always, I appreciate you guys, checking me out, giving me a listen. I appreciate you giving me some of your time. And if you like this video, as always, give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll try to do more videos as often as possible. Although I become busy with life sometimes, but I got to get better at being consistent. That's whatever. So this go around, I want to talk about the whole Muhammad Ali's son, Muhammad Ali Jr. And his mother being detained at a Florida airport. So obviously they have Muslim names, but both American citizens. They were returning from Jamaica for a Black History Month type of deal. Excuse me, like a Black History ceremony, some sort of gathering, and they were coming back and they were detained. And Muhammad Ali's son says that he was they stopped him for 2 hours, asking him what his religion was. Now the thing is that this is like an American citizen, right? My thing is, like, if you're gonna stop people, at least do it with some evidence, right? Like, use some stats and statistics and facts to back why you're doing this. Like, if he came from one of the 7 countries that were on the list of banned Muslim countries, Muslim dominant countries, that would be one thing. But the fact that he's just got a Muslim name tells me that we're doing this all wrong, right? And not only that, but what's it really gonna do by asking people retroactively, are you a terrorist? Is that really gonna stop terrorism, right? By asking people, hey, are you a terrorist? All this is just retroactive, It's just a way for the TSA and people of the immigration task force just to hassle people. It's not really it's a way to make us feel as though we're safe, or they're actually doing something, because people look at it who don't really know about policy or understand these things. They look at it and they say, hey, well, he's stopping potential Muslim targets, so Muslim terrorists, so this is a good thing. But my thing is, like, okay, so we have the stats that show that actually in this country you're more likely to die from a white supremacist, somebody who is of Ku Klux background, of a background where they have strong ties to the Confederacy. You're more likely to die from them than you are Muslim people. So why aren't we putting the effort into stopping white supremacists, people who have that background, or stopping white men who shoot up schools? But we don't do that, but it's okay to do it for Muslims. And you can make the argument that it's okay to do it for people from countries where terrorism is harbored, but to do it against our own people who are legal and who have no ties to terrorism, Muhammad Ali's son, really? Like, if he was really a terrorist, this would be big news. Don't you think the FBI would have been on top of that? And this also just shows, like, the bloated government and kind of like, what's going on, that these government agencies aren't talking to each other, and what goes on one hand, the other hand doesn't know about. So this is just, again, big government. All these people talking about big government, but of course they're okay with this because it doesn't affect them. How come whenever there's this big government or this overreach, it never affects white people? All these white people who always talk about, it's not that bad, or I don't know why you guys are out there protesting. This stuff never affects them. Like, they don't really have skin in the game. Nobody is stopping white people from traveling freely, or people of European descent, but it's all people of African descent, Muslims, and Hispanics that are being hassled right now. Really? Like, and this is progress? Like, are we really that much of a threat to America, where we're being hassled and asked for our IDs around every corner? And for the people who think that this is okay, again, you can make the argument that it's okay to do this from the people from those countries. But if you're just stopping every person, every brown person, that's called profiling. And I don't know why this isn't a bigger deal, honestly. And I don't know why more courts haven't jumped in, or I don't know why, not even to say that I'm a Democrat or I even support the Democrats, but this is something that they should be jumping on, right? Like, they like to call themselves victims all the time. This is like a perfect example of people becoming victimized by this administration. So that's where I want to leave that. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, and we'll leave it there.